91.5 Radiothon for Duke Children's.
With Kyle, Brian, and Sarah from Mix Mornings.
Welcome back. It is the 31st annual Radiothon for Duke Children's. I'm Kyle, Brian here, Sarah too. Hi, Sarah.
Hi. We're very far away from each other in the studio, which is unusual.
All 7 feet away from each other in here. But hey, we're making a difference for Duke Children's. Call 919-684-1015. You can also text Duke Kids to 34984 or go online, WRAL-FM.com.
You see that name up there, that middle name? You think you know who that is?
Eddie and Raleigh.
Who could that
Who
be?
is married to an Eddie?
That'd be me. That's my husband. Thank you so much for donating, Eddie. I love you.
Hi, Eddie. Thank you, man, for making it happen.
Funny if it was just some other Eddie in Raleigh.
No, that's my Eddie.
You know it for sure.
I can
It's my
feel
Eddie.
it. I'm going to text him and find out now because now I feel weird.
He texted her for permission before releasing the funds.
Okay.
Also to Culver and Durham, also Devin and Carrie making a difference for this hour, where it is all about the sibling support sacks, where there are these sacks that are given to the siblings of the patients at the hospital. Such a thoughtful idea. $20 goes a long way to making these stays a little bit better for the families at the hospital.
Yes, and because we always talk about Duke treats the entire problem. It's not just whatever a child is afflicted with. They think about the entire problem and the entire family, and it's your donations that help buy these sibling support sacks. Shout out to everybody who's donated. We're already halfway toward our goal with 105 of these sacks covered, 95 to go before we get to 9 o'clock. But let's turn our attention to something else that starts with an S, and that's the Swain family. We have Mia Swain with us this morning, who got the day off of school to do this interview.
But then everybody else did.
And then there was somebody breathed the word snow and everything got canceled.
So you get an extra day on us. You tell your principal that, you know what, I'm not coming to school on Friday and you can't penalize me for that.
So actually, I want to talk to Kelly, mother of Mia, real quick, if you could step up to the microphone. I was reading through the story, and what I thought was so unbelievably crazy to me is how, you work in an ICU. You've dealt with pediatrics your entire life, and yet you're terrified when Mia had to come home. You have all of this knowledge, but then, you have to bring your baby home, and you put yourself in the position of other parents that don't have the same education as you. How does Duke help those families, and how did they help you in this situation?
Yeah, so I, being in the ICU at Duke, I saw these patients come in DKA, and I knew what those symptoms were. I knew how to treat the patient in the ICU, but from a personal standpoint, it was a totally different ballgame. I realized how much I didn't know for being at home and living with it. Duke definitely provides a lot of classes. We did get education in the hospital. It's definitely a whirlwind when you're not, this diagnosis is unexpected. And so we did go home with lots and lots of education, and they immediately get you into classes. But I will say, I remember driving home and talking to my husband, and just felt like the same day that we were bringing her home as a baby. It was scary. We didn't want to get in the car. We didn't want to go on the highway to get home.
Yep.
We come home, and now we have to learn this totally different way of life of what are we going to feed you? We need to know how many carbs are in every little thing that we're going to put in you. We need to figure out how to give you insulin. And in the hospital, from a nursing standpoint, there's always a double check. So if you're giving a patient insulin, 2 people have to verify that insulin dose is correct. If you give too much, that could be detrimental. And so going home and not having those extra checks, and me being medical, but no one else is, I did feel a lot of onus, but then also teaching, but learning all at the same time. So we went to the classes, and that helped tremendously. They have a call-in system for diabetes, and so you can call in at any time, day or night. We absolutely used it. The first few days, they have you call and you have to write down all the blood sugars and all your checks, what you were eating, what your carbs were, And they go through that information to tell you what you need to change, because when you're first diagnosed, they're just trying to figure out what your insulin dosage is. And as a kid, that changes. And that's the one thing about type 1 diabetes that is different, is everything affects your blood sugar, activity, being excited, food, sleep, temperature.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
yeah.
minute by minute.
Yes.
And you have to find a rhythm.
Yes.
And like, your kid's growing. So she was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and you brought her to your work. What was that like, walking through the door, being like, okay, hi, I know I was here like a couple hours ago, but I'm here again?
Yes, and that's exactly what it was. I did make some phone calls. I had, prior to that moment of bringing her in, there was about a week that I thought this is what was going on. But even though I kind of knew it in my head, I thought that I was maybe overreacting being the
Sure, that makes
provider,
total sense,
but it
yeah.
was my kid. And I remember talking to my husband saying, I think that this is what's happening. But I was almost scared of diagnosing that myself as well.
Yeah, you didn't want to sound paranoid.
Yes.
Yeah.
But after starting to ask her more questions, because she was independent in 4th grade, she's not telling me when she needs to go to the bathroom or when she needs to eat or needs water. So I was just noticing small things, and then asking her more questions. So I had went to work and got some urinalysis strips and brought those home, as well as like the urine hat that you put in the toilet, that people do at the hospital, right, to measure. And when I came home, I was like, I need you to use the restroom. And she's like, I don't have to. And I'm like, I'm sure you can, just because I knew what was going on, and you pee a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, her ketones and her glucose were just through the roof. So at that time, I called one of the critical care doctors that I work with that was on, and was like, this is it. Like, she's got diabetes, and she doesn't seem to be in DKA. Do we need to come to the hospital? Do I make an appointment for the morning? But the reality was she could go into DKA at any point, and that's life-threatening.
What is DK?
DKA is diabetic ketoacidosis.
Okay.
And it's where your blood is very acidotic at that point, and you can slip into a coma.
Oh, wow.
So it's very dangerous. And so she was like, no, like, you're doing it right. Like, come into the ICU. She was like, I do have a blood glucose meter at my house. And she lived right across the street from Duke. So we did, just because I needed that extra, like, yes, I am not making this up, right?
Yeah.
We went there. We checked her finger. It was over 650.
What's normal?
So normal is 80 to 120.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah, just a little over normal.
geez, Mia, overachiever. Golly.
So we went to the emergency room. I knew everybody that was working in the ICU that night, so I, of course, was calling the attending and the fellows and stuff that were on and letting them know where we were. So they were pretty quick to get us into the door. And luckily, at that time, she wasn't in DKA. She wasn't super acidotic. And so we actually skirted the ICU, which is where my home is as a nurse practitioner. And we went to the pediatric floor. And got our care there. But knowing everybody was helpful. And at the same time, a little bit, it was a personal experience, right? And I was dealing personally, emotionally, not well, with feeling like maybe I should have brought her in sooner and all of those things. And so when everybody is coming into the room, it was kind of like I felt comfortable, but also trying to keep myself in check because I know everybody. So, but everybody was
special.
good.
That's a special situation for sure.
And also, Kelly, you still made it happen for your daughter. You recognized all the signs, so I hope you didn't beat yourself up too much over that moment. Scott O'Brien and Sarah Long and Jim Kelly for the Radiothon for Duke Children's. Make a difference right now. You can call in 919-684-1015. You can text in Duke Kids to 34984, or go online at WRAL-FM.com. and make it happen for people like the Swain family. Mia is also with us, the 16-year-old daughter. And by the way, when was the Sweet 16 birthday? Was it too long ago? Did we just miss it?
It was July 31st.
Okay, so
Did
happy,
you have a theme?
way belated birthday then.
We did like flower bouquets.
Oh, that's nice. I bet it smelled amazing.
Yeah.
So Mia, for you, as you're going through these moments at Duke Children's, is there a specific moment that stood out for you where you're like, I am so grateful to be in this moment with these nurses that I know 1,000% have my back?
So after I got diagnosed, like my mom mentioned, we went to classes and training, and that's where I met one of my best friends today.
Oh, cool.
Which it's like amazing that I get to meet someone that also has type 1 diabetes, so we can share the same experiences, relate to each other. So yeah, like I felt like it was really cool that I got to meet her.
Oh, that's great. Got a friend out of it.
Yeah, and she should be coming on to Radiothon too later today. Her name's Victoria.
Do you want to leave her a
Calderon.
note?
Leave Victoria a note. Do a great job later.
idea.
Don't mess up.
Good
Mia was here.
What I think is so great, just like you said, it's amazing when you can find connection, in your pain. You've gone through a lot, and you find someone who connects with you and can relate to you. That's an amazing thing. Is that what inspired you to start advocating? Because we were just talking about it's amazing when we hear about patients going through it. You think, you'd be done with the hospital. Let's put that behind us. But you're leaning into it and wanting to help others. So share, how you got to this point and what you're doing.
I would just say that after you realize that it's not going away, you're going to be living with it for the rest of your life. It kind of just made me realize I can start advocating for this. I can start doing things to let other people know that are just getting diagnosed that are in my position as well, that it's going to be okay. And there's you have resources.
Yeah. Cause it was probably a struggle trying to it's part of me now. This is me. And you feel that, and you want others to feel the same type of, companionship, that it's going to be okay. And I think it's amazing that you are there trying to lead the charge. I think that's incredible. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Well, I love the idea of these classes you mentioned, because like you said, as a parent, I mean, all of us here have children, and going home with a newborn alone is terrifying. And then, finding out you have something that you're going to have to manage no matter what age of the child. Going home, you're just like, okay, I don't know what to do. So the idea that they've thought about that is amazing. And I'd love to know, I called you Maya up until you told me your name was Mia. So, of course, I'm going to call you Maya when I'm trying to say Mia. Maya, what is your favorite part?
As you call her Maya.
See what I mean? My brain. Don't listen to me, except for the question I'm going to ask you. What is your favorite part of going to Duke? When you go, what about it makes you? Do you get excited? What's your favorite part?
Honestly, I'd just say my endocrinologist, Lisa Rosbach, she's helped me a lot, and we've made a really good relationship. And she's very when I first met her, I've been with her since I got diagnosed. She's very sweet, welcoming. She's always proud of me, even for little moments such as my A1C going down. She's always been there for me.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'd like to talk to the dad real quick because we are all proud girl dads in studio right now. I have a daughter. Brian has a daughter. Jim Kelly has a few daughters. We got you in studio with Mia, of course. What did it mean to you as a proud girl dad where in a moment you needed to have others help your daughter through this situation? What did it mean to you as the dad where you knew that no matter what, Duke Children's and their staff was going to get your daughter taken care of?
Yeah, I can't begin to tell you, as a dad who brings home their baby for the first time, to anticipate or to not be able to anticipate the ups and downs of life. It was a major curveball, as you can imagine. The worry, the concern is through the roof. My wife being there, my kids grew up, all three of my kids were born at Duke. So I have early memories of bringing them to see mom during lunch. So we grew up there. So I knew they were in good hands. The staff is unbelievable. The people that my wife works with are second to none. and they're just amazing through and through.
Yeah,
That's
we hear
for
that all
sure.
the time.
Yeah.
we
we
really do.
hear that all. Have we ever heard one negative comment about the staff?
No, we really haven't. And that takes funding. And this, Duke may be attached to the name, but the university's money, it's not going to the hospital. It is based on donations. And that is why we do this 2-day Radiothon. Call 919-684-1015. Text Duke Kids, all one word, to 34984. Or you can always go to our website at WRAL-FM.com.
Much love to the Swain family. Thank you so much for participating in the 31st annual Radiothon. Mia, so glad that you're in a great spot in life. Love what you are doing with yourself and advocating for awareness to make people feel better about having something. And it's okay. And then you can still live life. You can still function, and you can still do all these wonderful things. So I love the inspiration that you are giving to others, in particular your age group, of saying, you know what, it's going to be okay, and we can still live life just like everybody else can. So we're all very proud of you, Mia, and thank you for coming in today.
Thank you.
And to the parents, thank you for
Good job.
great job with your kids, and what you've done with your own family is truly remarkable. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for being a part of this with us. It means the world to us.
Thank you, guys.
All right,
Thanks for
happy
having us.
holidays to the Swain family. Make a difference for the Swain family and families just like them right now by calling in 919-684-1015. You can text in Duke Kids to 34984 or go online, WRAL-FM.com. Become a hero for hope or make a one-time gift. It's the 31st Mix 101.5 Radiothon for Duke Children's.
It's bow time. With a